So, thoughts on thoughts. I've always kind of felt like I can't really say that I think this because we don't really know where the thoughts are coming from. I never knew where my thoughts were coming from. I'm sitting there and I have thought. Just have one. I wasn't really thinking. And I'll have another thought. And it's kind of like scrolling. It's kind of like going from one channel to the next. And I find it interesting how people are having thoughts, but we don't really know where they come from. And then they have a perspective on their thought. And you have an intangible reality, which is a thought. I mean, like, nobody really can really see exactly what everyone else's thoughts are. I mean, sometimes we have this phenomenon where people have the same thought over across a distance, but we really don't know if it's the exact same thought. So if we can't really define where they're coming from, and then we have a perspective on that thought, which does carry an emotional quality. So you have a thought, and then a perspective, and then that's an emotional quality all around. There are sad perspectives and happy perspectives. Maybe they're opposite. Maybe they're almost opposite. There are, really neutral perspectives. There's ones that are enlightened perspectives. There's ones that are really loving perspectives, but you still have this, like, an event in reality, whether it be like an intangible, unprovable event like a thought, or a real event. You still have this event in reality that has its own shape and form. You have all these perspectives, and that's how you kind of see the whole event, as you see all the perspectives. So it's fascinating to see other people's perspective on reality and how they go, well, I think this. I'm like, that's cool. I have thoughts too, but they're not necessarily mine. Maybe they are, maybe they're not, I don't know. Some definitely feel like totally mine. Others, I'm like, that was a whack thought. Sometimes we call them ideas. Oh, wow, if I put a fried egg on peanut butter and jelly, it actually is good. Didn't know that. Didn't think that, but I had that thought. And that thought came from somewhere. And I didn't really see anyone else doing it. It just kind of like... And I pointed my head, which is another interesting thing, because most people think that they're experiencing themselves in their head. I've heard that so many times. And then my question is like, well, if you're mainly an eye user, or even an ear user, okay, eyes or ears, you're going to perceive the world from like this spot, because like I'm seeing with my eyes. So that means that like that's where my reality exists, kind of, is through my eyes. But if I close my eyes, suddenly I'm like, this is kind of a blank area now. It's like I got these feelers over here. So now I'm kind of like seeing the world through my hands. So suddenly I just changed my like perception of where I am in my body and where my awareness is. So are we really in our heads? Or is that just kind of like a thought on where we are? It's just one of the perspectives of the reality. Yeah, it's easy to perceive that we're in our brains. But where is our mind? Like, where is the center of our awareness? That might exist quantumly over here. Maybe. It might exist, like, I don't know, maybe in my van. Wait, because I spent so much time there. Oh, you know what? Probably most of my awareness is probably in my climbing gear, because I've bid it and I've held it and I've carried it and nurtured it for years. So dumb. So yeah, some thoughts on thoughts, and they may not be mine. Hope you enjoyed it. See you later.